Great question. And you're right. Everybody's looking for a magic bullet. And they're looking for the right curriculum, the right program, the right tool. They're looking for the magic bullet. And there is, the magic bullet is you. The magic bullet is the leader. It's the leader saying, I have a responsibility as a Christ-centered believer who's been called on mission. I have a responsibility to reproduce myself for the sake of the kingdom, for the sake of the future. Anytime we're just so focused on my ministry, what I'm doing, we're thumbing our nose at the future. We're saying, if I'm not a failure to reproduce yourself is one of the most selfish acts a leader can demonstrate. It's saying, I don't care about the future, I just care about my kingdom right now. And so I'm excited about Ministry Grid, not because it's a magic bullet, it's not. It's a phenomenal tool put in the hands of a leader who has a desire to reproduce themselves. I can now take the content that's on Ministry Grid, give it easy access to any of my leaders and say, I want you to watch this content, read this content, interact with this content, do these assignments, do it during your discretionary time. And then let's you and I sit down. You got the high-tech piece, but now there's the high-touch piece. So let's sit down and let's discuss what you read, what stood out to you, what questions did it raise, the assignment I gave you, you put it into practice, what went well, what didn't go well, what did you learn from that, what would you do different next time? Let me share from my experience how I've tried and failed with that and tried and succeeded with this. And you talk through this competency so that not only are they learning because they watched a video or they read some script, but now they're interacting with somebody that's done it. If you just have the high tech by itself, it won't work. Right. But the high tech combined with the high touch, if leaders who are using Ministry Grid can get a hold of this and say, I'm not just going to dispense this out to those that I'm developing, but I'm going to engage with them. Guys, we got to recognize there's an element of love when it comes to leadership development. If God's moved on my heart to select somebody to develop for a specific role and a specific calling, then I've got to love that person enough to walk with them, to let them learn from my mistakes, to let them learn from my successes and what I've learned. I mean, there's an element of love that compels me to see them grow and succeed and develop into the person that God's called them to be.